Life in the factory was confusing. Schindler's talent for bribery and deception was being turned to saving lives.
Maybe he was a little bit even insane in doing all these things. We never saw in him a saint. We knew that he's a gambler, that he's an adventurer, that he's a womanizer, that he's a drinker. But we knew positively that he's doing his most to help us, and maybe you come to the conclusion that if he wouldn't be what he was, he wouldn't do what he did. His so-called bad sides occurred to be very good sides for us.
One of the, I would say, shocking paradoxes was that if Schindler had not been a person who was not beyond using corrupt methods, he would not have been able to save even a fraction of what he saved, perhaps none. The fact, because he was not the very honest person he was known to be in his business dealings and in his dealings with persons, he was able to save that amount of people that he did. Had he been a saint, he would not have saved. He would not have been capable of saving.
I'm a great believer in sanctifying grace, the idea that a grace enters you, a divine grace, and it makes it possible for you to do things that are beyond your strength or outside what other people think of as the scope of your character. And now I believe in that idea of sanctifying grace as a kind of metaphor for what happened to Oskar. He was filled with grace for a time. It happens, for one season you behave with extraordinary frenetic moral courage, and you can never recapture that again. And I think Oskar had a sort of, to use the term sanctifying grace, not as a narrow Catholic doctrine, but as a metaphor for the way people rise above themselves. I think of Oskar having sanctifying grace during the period of his rescue.